nothing but the dog in me. Why must I chase the cat?
Good evening and welcome to Posse Presents, where, you know, there's always that last minute something over here. All right, we're back. It's been, what, like 3 weeks?
Oh man, it's been forever.
It's been 3 weeks. The last time we were here was before Christmas. And, you know, it was actually a very sad day because I had just lost one of my babies. And, you know, the way the world works is that sometimes you just don't get to grieve because life truly does go on. And, you know, still had to come and do the show. I've still had to keep on keeping on like so many others. You know, there's been, in the days and weeks before I said goodbye to Bocce, so many of my friends and people that I'm acquainted with on Facebook who went through loss, and they're in the days and weeks since mine, again, there's been so many people who have suffered their own losses, and it's mind-boggling to see so many happening all at once. I don't know what it is, but we're all in a club that, you know, nobody wants to be in, that's for sure. And I really do want to take this moment now to thank everybody for all of the love that was shown to me in my time. There were so many Facebook posts, comments, people sent cards, people have done such nice things for me to help ease my pain, and I really do appreciate that. Zach, pull up the little, you know what I mean. Yep, no. Yeah, there you go. This was a very special thing that was waiting for me on my desk at work. Yeah. One of my coworkers, her mom is an awesome person, and I am friendly with her as well. And she snuck into work before I got there and had them come bring it and put it on my desk. And just a really beautiful little memory for Bocce, and I appreciate that more than I can ever express, along with everything else everybody's done. Zach, I'll take the camera back. You know, it's so encouraging, and it's so heartwarming to know that people actually care. And you know, the thing that really makes me mad right now about Facebook is that I can't even go back and find my original post where I said that Bocce was gone to continue to thank people for all of their comments. And I said I would address each one individually. So I don't know what Facebook's problem is, but I cannot even find my own post on my wall. So for anyone who did leave a comment or, you know, condolences, if I can find it, I will absolutely respond. But for some reason, it's crazy. I can't even find my own post. So the upshot of this whole rambling is thank you all so much for the love and support that you've shown me in my time of grief. Moving right along, we've survived Christmas and New Year's. Don't know how, but you know, clearly the wind was taken out of my sails. I'm not much of a holiday person. I'm not a real Christmassy person, but it kind of like just all went right down the drain for me. And Zach, now you can put up the Christmas card. I, you know, got myself a whole bunch of plenty of these. Everybody can see it now. A little few highlights of the year, and I think about 7 of them made it in the mail, which was really sad. It's kind of a waste, but you know, it's the thought that counts. And you know, for all 7 people who got my Christmas card this year, consider yourself kind of lucky. And there's my boy Murdoch right at the top. I love him so much. Anyway, I'll take the camera back. And there's a bit of an anniversary to be had. In 2012, January 8th, which was yesterday, was the first time Posse Presents aired. Yep, if you remember, it was Sunday at 8. And that was the first season. and after which we moved to Saturday at 7 and have been there ever since. So it's, you know, the 4-year mark. That's crazy. I can't even begin to wrap my mind around that. And, you know, again, it was just me trying to do what I was doing with my column on a broader reach. And hopefully I've done some good, and I can continue to do some good, because that's really, it's my goal, is to help animals and the people who care about them. Just a really crazy, crazy thing. Anyway, as you can all see, I've got my Sweet Pea Strong shirt on tonight. It's the debut of my shirt. It did not come in time for me to wear it to the event on December 20th, which I was really annoyed about. It took an unbelievably long time for them to ship, but I'm very pleased with the shirt, and did attend the event again on the 20th, and had a really nice time. You know, it was an amazing gathering of wonderful people. Literally hundreds turned out to show support for Sweet Pea. I got to hang out with some of my favorite people, and I have to give a very special thanks to 2 young ladies from New York, and that would be Debbie Diamond and Shannon Krieger. They were wonderful. Met them at the Harley meet and greet in New York City, and we've been in touch, and they wanted to go to the fundraiser for Sweet Pea. And since they had to come right up 84, they took a hitchhiker. They took some extra baggage. They gave me a ride, and we all went together. And it was a really nice time. You know, I got to hang out with, like I said, some of my favorite people, Juno and Bert and their moms, and Donna, who has been on the show. Zach, let's get up the first picture. No, the Sweet Pea. Yeah, are you even paying attention, son? Yeah, he is. He swears. So there's Juno and Juno's mom, Deb, and me, and Shannon, and Debbie, and that was at a really kind of a cool place. It was a place called The Ranch, and it's like a country bar. They do line dancing and stuff. So it's like a really big place. No, it's in Massachusetts. Yeah, it's in Worcester, Mass. Oh, I know you're thinking of Cadillac Ranch. Right. But yeah, this is like, you know, same idea, where they do like the line dancing and all that other stuff. So it's a big old place, and, you know, they did a great job of putting this together on such short notice. You know, this was an event that easily would have taken months under normal circumstances to put together, and they did it in less than a month. So that shows the love and the determination and the dedication of the Sweet Pea volunteers and the people who are associated. You know, they had a lot of strong connections in the area, got, you know, the food donated, the place donated, you know, the desserts, everything, raffles, the tables were amazing. You know, it was an incredible event, and all done in less than a month. So kind of mind-boggling that it all happened quite the way it did. But anyway, let's get the next picture. Here's a few of my favorite people, and you can see I've got Flat Polly with me. And I posted this picture to the Flat Polly website so they could see where she'd been. Took her along with me to the event. You know, there's Deb and Juno, there's ladies from Cane's Crusade, Jameson's Journey, there's Ma with Bert, Thomas, and Wyatt, Shannon and Debbie, there's the Madison's mom from Madison's Mission, and Donna from Hannah's Home, and you saw her on the show here in November. So there's like a whole bunch of, it's so cool, because it's like who's who of Pound Posse Presents sometimes. Yeah. When I go to these events, you know. There's just people who have been on the show and who are working to come on the show, and we're going to have Cane's Crusade on, and I've talked to Madison's mom about having Madison on, so, you know, it's really cool. And so this was the Flat Polly picture, which I couldn't resist. You know, it's kind of silly, but by the same token, when I posted that Flat Polly had been on the show with me to their page, to Flat Polly's page, that was the same show I did talk some about Sweet Pea, and they were kind enough to post, you know, help Sweet Pea if you can. So you know, it was only fair that I took Flat Polly to the fundraiser, right? I mean, got to do what you got to do, right? Next picture. This was, you know, there was hundreds, literally hundreds of people that cycled in and out of the event. And this was just at one point where we were like, all right, everybody, you know, get together, we're going to do a group shot. And, you know, it was after one of the young ladies did, you know, a little speech, and that was videoed, and, you know, the Sweet Pea Strong thing going on there. But there is just a great shot of a whole bunch of people, and if you can find me, kudos to you. I'm in the way back, yeah, leaning on Deb's shoulder. We're all waving, and I don't even want to tell you what I had to do to get up there, because I approached that. They were all gathered, and Deb's like, "Get over here, come up here," and I went to go around the stage, and only to find that there was like a barricade. And, you know, every now and then I do actually amaze myself, and I hurdled that thing like a pro.
Like a boss.
I took it like a boss, exactly. But it was, you know, moments to picture time, so I had to get in a place, and got to do what you got to do sometimes, you know? Yeah, it was like, all righty then. Every now and then the old girl still has it. Next picture, Zach. If you remember, there was the firefighter who was pictured with Stella. He rescued her out of the fire, and he has that incredible tattoo on his arm of Stella with the fire hat. His name is Tom Savage. I got to meet him and his wife, Gabby. They're wonderful people. We couldn't find Gabby at this precise moment. We were trying to get going, and she was circulating. And so we, instead of being the two of them in the picture, I was like, all right, listen, just get in the picture and show your arm. So that's me and Juno and him, and very, very sweet people. Like I said, you know, there's just so many good people associated with Sweet Pea, and it's amazing. It's amazing to be able to get out there and mingle with such genuine, good people. And I believe that's it for the series. And I'll take the camera back. After the event, we did go to Sweet Pea to pay our respects. And, you know, the pictures are heart-wrenching enough, but to be on the ground and see it in person, even in the dark, just amazing. Heartbreaking to see. And got to visit with Melanie and Mr. Clark, and it was really nice to see them. So all I can say is that, you know, still and always Sweet Pea has my full support, and they will rebuild and they will rise. They will rise again. Anyway, I'd like to share with you a most stunning dog. If you remember my Murdoch, my birthday Murdoch, he was originally at the town of Hempstead Animal Shelter, and then he moved on, and now there is another dog he's stunning. Zach, let's get the poster picture up, because that's going to be the first one. This is Berger. He has been at the town of Hempstead Animal Shelter for over 2 years. He was adopted 2 times, but returned because he was basically too much dog for the families who brought him home. Zach, you can scroll through the pictures while I do this. Berger is just stunning. He's gorgeous. These pictures were taken by a young lady named Cynthia, and she just does an amazing job. This dog is gorgeous. You know, he was sent, after he was returned the second time, Berger was sent for evaluation and training just to make sure that there were no problems, you know. And honestly, there weren't. The trainer gave him glowing reviews. Berger is a wonderful dog who just needs the right people. Basically, active people who, and someone is calling me. Can you grab my phone? He needs active people. And if there's going to be kids in the house, there would have to be teenagers, because here's my dogs barking on my phone. and I'm going to get rid of that, and I apologize. There was one family that took him home that had small children, and he was just too much, you know. People underestimate the work that is involved in having a dog, and especially a dog who is young and strong, you know. He's probably, huh?
I'd love to run with a dog like that.
Yes, see, Speedo's saying he'd love to run with a dog like that, and that's exactly the kind of dog you want to run with.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
See what he's got.
Yeah, see what he's got. You're funny. Maybe he'll see what you got, because I'm pretty sure he'd be able to keep up the pace. He'd love it. But anyway, yeah, he'd probably be best, like I said, a family with teenagers, so that he doesn't overwhelm them. Not because he's going to hurt them, but you know, it's a young, strong dog, and that's yeah, he's in great shape. So probably a family that's got some experience with bully breeds. Berger does well with dogs his own size. You know, he walks with them, and he'll exercise with them. So probably, as always, the best thing to do is to have a meet and greet, because you want to make sure that, you know, there's the chemistry there, that they get along. Because, you know, once you get the dog home, it's not the time to find out it's not going to work, you know. So anyway, Berger is 4 years old. He weighs about 65 pounds. He spent pretty much half his life in a cage. And even though he's doted on by the volunteers, and I know they dote on him, you know, John Esposito was here with Murdoch, if you remember, and, you know, he's an amazing guy himself, and I know that there's an incredible support system and some incredible volunteers, but, you know, that's no substitute for the love of being in a home and having a place of your own. Berger comes with 3 training sessions, and you know, that's to reinforce everything that he's learned, as well as you know, help acclimate him and teach his people how to be better parents. You know, training isn't always all about teaching the dog tricks and commands and how to behave. A lot of times it's teaching the people how to be, you know, the leader, basically, is for lack of a better way to put that. Anyway, Berger is definitely a dog who won't disappoint the right people. Look at him. He's gorgeous. I can't even stand myself. For more information, you can give the Town of Hempstead Animal Shelter a call, and their number is 516-785-5220. Once again, that's 516-785-5220. And let's just go through all those pictures again. I love these pictures. Cynthia did such an awesome job. That picture of him with the reflection in the water is just, it's amazing. You know, there's like 38 pictures I think she took in this photo shoot, and it's hard to choose the, you know, the best of the bunch. He's just a beautiful, beautiful dog, and like I said, she did a great job. And I really think that, you know, Berger needs to get home, in the right home. Like I said, you know, maybe older children, people with a little experience. You know, he does well with dogs his own size. He comes with a little bit of training. And, you know, I know that his home's got to be out there. So if anybody is interested, please give a call. I did do an article about him. So if anybody goes to the Pound Posse Presents Facebook page, you can share the article, and hopefully, you know, Berger will get his happily ever after, just like Murdoch did. And yes, for all of those who may be wondering, Murdoch is doing fabulous out in Arizona. John is nice enough to share updates and pictures, and, you know, it makes me blubber every time. Alrighty, I'll take the camera back for a second. And again, I do apologize for my phone, which usually doesn't go off because everybody knows better. But it is what it is, I suppose. You know, people forget, people don't know. Thank you for grabbing it for me so I could shut it up. And for the record, those are my dogs barking. Yeah, I did a record when the mailman came, and you know, because that's when they're at their best. So yeah, I did 2 sound bites of them barking at the mailman, and it's great. I ended up getting it as my ringer, so that's that. I'd like to bring another dog to your attention, and Zach, let's get the picture up of Paula. She's a beautiful girl. Paula is at Meriden Animal Control. She was originally at the shelter with her brother Chuck, and they were adopted together. But once they got in the home, Paula started acting out against her brother. And it was sudden, you know, they were fine. But once they got in this home, somehow it just wasn't working. So they decided that Chuck would stay and be an only dog, and that unfortunately Paula would be returned. So now she's really in need. She's an older girl. She's considered a senior. I didn't see her exact age, but you know, an older dog deserves nothing but a soft place to land, you know. Now, prior to her adoption, Paula had had a cancerous tumor removed, but the vets say that the nature of the cancer is slow moving, and it shouldn't be something that kills her. You know, she's got years left. You know, she's not a hospice adoption. She's just a golden years adoption. You know, it's a big difference. You know, she's not, you know, a hospice adoption, they're out there, you know, where it's definitely, you know, medically the end, and you know, they just really need to be loved and cared for their last days. This is not that kind of situation. They're saying that, you know, like I said, the cancer is not going to be something that overtakes her. She's got years left, and she's getting stressed out. So she really needs a chance. She needs some place to go. She needs, you know, she needs love. She needs her family. You know, she seems to be doing okay with other dogs now that she's back at the shelter. So, you know, that's an iffy situation. You know, that's going to be case by case, I think, as far as whether she can go into a home with another dog. They do say no cats. She loves people of all ages. She loves her tennis ball. She loves cuddling. She cries for attention at the shelter. Like I said, she's getting stressed out, and she really needs to be in a home. So if you can give her a loving forever home, or even if you think maybe you can foster her, you know, they don't always rather have a forever home, but let's get her out of the shelter, because, you know, the last thing you want is for her to break down. You know, both she and Berger, I would say, are 2 prime candidates for let's get them out of the shelter. But anyway, if you are interested in Paula, you can email PAW364 at yahoo.com. That's PAW364 at yahoo.com. And so we will take the camera back, and you know, we've been really lucky with the weather. It's been crazy warm. So yeah, I know Speedo's like all happy because he's still been able to run. But you know, this last week we've had an incredible dip in temperature. You know, some of these mornings it's been like 8 degrees, and that's just like, it's culture shock at this point because it's been so nice. But I just want to say that this is now that time where you've got to really keep your eyes on your dogs and your cats. Don't let them outside in the cold. Don't keep them outside in the cold. Definitely not a good thing. They're going to get frostbite just as fast as you're going to get frostbite. So while we've all been taking advantage, and animals included, of the nicer weather, it's not going to last forever. Yeah, granted, today and tomorrow is supposed to be a little nicer again. Please keep an eye on your pets. Make sure your neighbors aren't leaving their pets out. You know, call animal control, make a report, do something, because really you don't want animals to suffer. You really don't. Definitely not a good thing. And so I guess I will say, how much time do we have? A little more than 2 minutes. Okay. So yeah, just keep your pet safe and don't leave them out. You know, we haven't had a lot of snow either, and that's a beautiful thing. Yeah. But the thing with the snow in your pets too, you know, you have to watch their paws, because when the trucks salt the roads, that can burn their feet. So you want to make sure that if you're walking your pets near the roads, because some people, you know, take them out anyway, even if there's like a lot of snow out, make sure when you take them inside, you rinse their paws off. And whatever you do, don't let them eat snow, because some dogs have a thing for eating snow. Don't let them eat snow that's near or around the road, because that toxic salt is going to be ingested, because it melts, but you know, it's still in the snow. The plows come by and throw it far and wide. So keep an eye on stuff like that too. Make sure that there's no snow stuck in between your dog's toes when you're out walking and when you get them in the house. Yeah, it's going to melt, but it's going to take a while and it's going to be very uncomfortable. You know, do everything you can to keep your pet safe. You are all they have, and you really got to step up to the plate. Alrighty, I guess that's probably about it.
We cut it a little early.
Yeah, go ahead. Alright, so until next time, I'm going to say peace, love, and dogs. Thank you as always for watching.